Hello, my name is Mariam and I am from the country of Georgia. This is my colleague Nana. I am European Solidarity Corps volunteer here in Bulgaria, and today we want to talk about the challenges that come with teaching process in the rural areas. So, dear Nana, are you ready for the first question?
Yes, of course, I'm ready.
Okay. Can you tell me how do limited resources can affect teaching process?
Teaching English in rural areas, especially to minority community kids, is deeply meaningful experience for me, but complex one too. And as a volunteer, I came across several obstacles which need to be addressed. First challenge can be non-English environments around those kids. For example, their parents cannot simply help them to do English homework at home just because they either don't know the English language. And another important obstacle, in my opinion, can be related to the technology. Even if people from rural areas get access to the internet and have at least mobile phones, they don't really know and might not use engaging and immersive applications or materials for English. For example, those kids might not use YouTube to listen English stories and might not play educational games.
Okay, great.
Thank you for the question. And hi everyone, my name is Tasha and this is my colleague Polina. We are from Ukraine. And second question will be for Polina. Okay, does lack of motivation and parental support influence teaching process?
Of course, the lack of parental support directly influences motivation. It's very important for children to feel love and support in this way, and then the learning process becomes easier. Lack of motivation and parental support can make the learning process more difficult. When students not interested, they don't try hard in class. If parents don't help or support their children, it's harder for them to do homework and learn well. Motivation and support help students feel happy and better in the school.
Okay, Nana, I'm coming back to you with the question.
Yes.
Can you tell me, and let's talk about cultural and linguistic barriers?
Yes, let's start with the language. To give you an imagine, those kids don't just speak their native language, but also minority language too. And in addition, they are expected to learn English. So they are navigating in three-language reality. And plus to that, volunteers know English and they don't speak on native or minority language. And disconnections happen, and they can get shy at classroom, not give any questions to the volunteers just because simply they fear that as disconnection happens, instructions don't land, and kids might hesitate to ask simple questions to the volunteers at classroom simply because they fear they will not be understood. Besides language, culture plays a big role too. Volunteers from different backgrounds might bring in materials and examples which really doesn't resonate with kids, and kids might feel that this foreign language, English in this case, is tied to totally different world which doesn't include them.
Thank you. And ask a question for Polina. Share your experience with small size or multi-grade classroom.
Okay, thank you for the questions. In my personal experience, working with a small group, it's much easier because it always used to spend more time with each child individual. But in a small group, it's sometimes difficult to use different kinds of games because the most games are usually organized for the big groups, especially in the learning process. In my experience in working with the big groups, it's a little more difficult but more interesting because you can use very different teaching methods and make them more interactive. But with good preparation, working with the small groups or with big groups is effective.
Okay, thank you girls for your answers. Now I think it's time for a conclusion. And please let's talk about the conclusion from your own experience.
So I'll start, if I may. So in the end, for the volunteers, this thing is not just teaching English to the kids. This everything is about also connection. Because maybe as volunteers, we do recognize some cultural and linguistic gaps, and we choose to fill them with empathy, creativity, and of course respect. And in the end, I hope that every volunteer empowers kids just like us to find their voice in any language.
Perfect. Yes. Okay, my conclusion very simple. Every child can learn, and they will have good support. They can do very well.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
for
you, Daria.
watching.
Goodbye.
Bye.